Welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to be making a stock analysis of Archer Aviation. So if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course remember, this isn't a financial advice. This is purely for entertainment and educational purposes. Now I have to say, I don't like Archer Aviation at all, just like I don't like Job Aviation. I also have a video on why I don't like that, because they make stupid helicopters like this. Now why do I think they're stupid? Well, they're focusing on heliports or vertiports, so they are going to be called now, and I just think that it's way too niche. We did see it in the 70s and 80s where people tried to use helicopters and other forms of helicopters, and firstly, it was too expensive for the everyday man and those who had a lot of money. Well, the time it saved them didn't really mean that much in the everyday life, and the noise was simply too loud. Now, if you take a look at the graph as well here, as you can see, currently it is trading at quite a high, as you can see, all the way up in 11.26, and just what is that, in November, so a little bit over 6 months ago, it was in 3, so it is almost up 400%. So overall, it is just volatile as hell, as you can see, up and down all the time, and as you can see as well down here in the RSI, it is quite volatile. Now currently we have seen quite great RSI, but we've also seen quite poor, and more importantly, we are seeing trading on the middle. This is the absolute worst place we can be, because this means it can't form a trend. And of course, a downward trend is bad, but a no trend is even worse, because this means that the technicals, what I like to use the most, well, they can't work properly. And it just means that there's too much volatility in the stock, and we can't get a clear picture of where the investors want to go. Now as well, just look here in the beta of the company. As you can see, this beta means that if the index that this is in moves 1%, this is going to move 3.39%. Just way too much. And also just look at here, the price to earnings ratio, we don't even have one because the company is that volatile. And now the reason I also don't like it is because I just think that they're going to be too niche. I don't think that the everyday man is going to be able to afford this or going to want to afford this, because I think, of course, it's going to be fun maybe once. I think maybe a niche, maybe like in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, or something like that, maybe New York as well, is going to have them, but I don't think overall it's going to be that great. Look at the earnings, as you can see, it's decent, not going to lie. They are increasing more and more, which is great to see. But look at the earnings here. What on earth is this? They are just wasting a lot of money. Now I have to say, Arch Aviation have a deal with United Airlines that to deliver 100 planes or helicopters, whatever you want to call them, once they're finished and they're allowed to fly. But of course, they need FAA regulations first, and they need places to land, so just vertiports or heliports where they can charge them, because of course they're electric, and we just don't have any infrastructure at all yet. And of course, we're gonna need to see some of that being built until we can actually see them deliver us any of the products, because why would anyone want to buy their products if there is no infrastructure to back it up? Now the seasonals on this, as you can see, it's quite crazy. Some years we lose 70%, some 40%, some we barely make profits, and then we have the years like 23, and last year we make insane gains, and this year as well, all the way up at 17.6%. I think that's a bit too much hype behind this stock, and I don't think it should be a stock. I don't like this niche at all. I just think people are gonna say, well, this makes sense. If it made sense, well, we would see a lot of helicopters or heliports being used in like not companies, in cities like New York and LA. Of course, we do see some. 99% of heliports in the United States are privately held and used by billionaires, but that is the problem. They're used by billionaires and people who have millions and millions of dollars. So it's a bit too niche, to be honest. Look at technicals here as well. For the day, it's a strong buy. For the month, it's a strong buy. Surprise, surprise. We have this hugely volatile stock. So of course and as I said, we're trading on the middle of the RSI and it's up and down. So this technicals here, I wouldn't rely on that too much. Now the price tag for this, for some reason, it's actually a positive for the year. Average up by 9.5%. I think this one down here is much more realistic. But as I say, I don't like this company. I don't even like the case at all, though we have 5 strong buy and 2 buy and 2 hold. But something you have to know is analysts are more often not positive on stocks rather than negative, and that is simply a fact. You can check that up. But I'm going to be one of those analysts who is negative on the stock. I just don't see the case for it at all. And as you can see here, the EPS is estimated to be negative all the way through 2028, and the annual earnings as well are estimated to increase and make a lot of money in 2028. Now this is exactly the same with one of the competitors, Joby Aviation. They're also estimated to make a lot of money in 2028. I think this because that's the year they expect to have their FAA, what can you say, regulatory stuff in place, and heliports and vertiports in place so they can start operations. But until that we see that it actually works, maybe in 2028, I'm going to eat my words, but currently I would not touch this stock at all. So I'd say if you have a huge profit on it, sell. If you have a small loss on it, sell. If you have a huge loss on it, maybe you should keep it, because chances are somebody is more stupid than you and can keep buying up. But as I said, of course, this is only my opinions and not advice, but overall, I really just don't like this stock at all. Now, that was my stock analysis of Arch Aviation. So if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, if you want me to make analyses on any other companies, please leave those in the comment section below.